very last one. Chapter 0 and 6. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Hopefully I can get it all done in one go. Well, not in one episode, but in one sitting for me. Huh? What is this? Is it the door again? It's a door. There's a door. Huh? Door? Why is a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? Wasn't this the beginning? Why are we the first one here? Huh? Isn't this a classroom? Even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why would I have a place like this? I went inside the ancient ruin with everyone else. And I arrived at a place that looked like a trial ground, but then why? It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. A violin? It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. It's just like before, when we were all gathered in that classroom just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island? Oh, there's the glitchies.
Ahem, ahem. Testing, testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system. Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then. Welcome to Hope Speak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all. So please assemble at the gymnasium immediately.
What the fuck is happening? Huh? Did he say what I think he just said? Yes, he definitely said it. He said, welcome to Hope Speak Academy. But why would this place be Hope Speak Academy? Not just that, what is the graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? The hallway doesn't feel like a school at all. Your place at least doesn't look like a normal school at all. It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place... Is this creepy place the Hope Speak Academy that I married so long? It's probably a building the Monica made to start with, just like the Monas. That's right. It's definitely it. Look at myself coming to the gymnasium. Then I'll go and definitely clear things up. Oh, jeez. Wait. AV room? Why is it all... I mean, hey, we're back in the OG Hope's Peak, so that's something. I'm definitely glad that we're back here. Gymnasium is here, right? Alright, I'm going in. I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not I'm not going to cower away anymore, and so I brace myself for caution. What? Excuse me? What the fuck is happening? This is the end. Goodbye, Academy of Despair. What the hell? What is this? I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of that door. Well, it's the gym. It was a normal gymnasium.
Damn right.
Yo, Hajime.
Yo.
You heard the announcement and came here too, huh? You guys did too,
What's going
right?
on?
Hey, what do you make of all this? Was this place was Hope Speak Academy or something? That cannot be possible.
Well,
Alright, anyway,
yeah.
look at it, it's possible.
Hello. How does it feel to return to long-awaited Hope Speak Academy?
You.
Hey, where are we? Where'd you lock us up this time?
What a shock. I just told you guys. This is Hope Speak Academy.
There's no way in hell that's true.
Oh, but it is. I mean, this is definitely Hope Speak Academy. Well, what's left of it anymore?
Well, what?
Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope Speak Academy fell through.
Are you serious about that?
I don't believe it.
But of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserved to be ruined for. Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you Hope Speak Academy and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic. Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Someone?
Don't fuck with me.
Enough with this bullshit. Just spit it out already. Where'd you take us, you bastard?
Though I'm not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin.
In other words,
It means I made this Hope Speak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin.
What do you mean between?
What do you mean made?
what's this?
Oh my, are your minds getting the crumblies that only knowledge can satisfy? Good, very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment.
You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No way.
It's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that. It's just a simple graduation exam.
Then what is the graduation exam?
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted. You know, on one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate.
Are you
On the other
sure
hand, I'm
about
worried about
this?
whether you guys will be okay in the outside world.
That's what I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here.
Huh? We're obviously gonna get out. There's no way we'd stay here. This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let us choose right now.
You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet.
Main cast?
Meaning you guys are just extras until the guest of honor arrives. So enough complaining, Grady. Hurry up and start researching the outside world.
What do you mean?
I have dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope Speak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is gonna hate me. So please rest assured and strive to do your best during your field trip.
And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even the setting had changed, even the killing was finished, he was still the same as usual. What is going on? Outside world, main cast? Somehow, I have a bad feeling about this.
Like he kept insisting that this place is Hope Speak Academy, but that's impossible,
What
right?
are you saying?
How do we make it back to Hope Speak Academy from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible.
It cannot be.
There is no place for Hope Speak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island.
I said I want to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this.
What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on the island. This building is really Hope Speak Academy? This is the Hope Speak Academy I've been admiring for so long. What the hell is going on? Damn it, why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Hope Speak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope. If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will, and the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't. It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope Speak Academy that you couldn't even see that? You're just some nobody from the reserve corps who never had a talent to begin with. A nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just let me alone. Why do I have to go through something like this? Jimmy, did something happen? Huh?
Hey, bastard.
Now's not the time to zone out.
Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all?
I'm gonna
As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what it means?
Hey,
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right?
If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation?
Even though Chiaki and Manami are gone, the situation hasn't changed one bit, which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. It's the only thing I can think of.
you serious?
So they're not World Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma?
However,
the Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Manumi never once denied
damn
that.
it.
Even if they're our allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma's telling us to investigate that information on her own. Chucky said she could not betray the Future Foundation, but if she was still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help.
So what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. If we're gonna get out of here safely, we gotta do that graduation exam, right?
So
It's
annoying.
an exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than people dying.
Jeez.
Monokuma said something about field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been?
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Prepare yourself.
Like,
Yeah, we might be able to learn about something about Hope Speak Academy, about ourselves. I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we could just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine. Hey, can we go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right? That's the case. Let's all leave this island alive by any means.
Of course.
Hell yes. He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan about how unlucky I am where this place really is. What's happened to Hope Speak Academy? None of that matters. What's important is I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now, but Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know that we never choose to stay on this island.
Hey.
So what we're gonna do? Can we start already?
But what are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird ass
even so.
Even so, I don't think we'll find the answers to all the questions inside this damn thing. Well, I'll just go on ahead for now. Hey, you're already going?
Jeez.
What is that idiot thinking, running ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She obviously isn't thinking about anything.
However,
It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives. So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it is not scary if everyone stops at the green light. If we stopped at the green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez. You're
Kinda already
pathetic.
took off on our own. It might be faster we split up and look around too. Like Sonia says, there's no more killing. We don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Man, let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later.
Those brief words for Yuhiko left with
excuse me.
I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me. Sonia took a deep bow, then left the
Oh
gymnasium.
my.
Miss Sonia.
Miss Sonia.
Please don't leave me. I'll be in danger if I'm left alone.
Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who had just departed and left the gymnasium. I should hurry and start too, just a bit more, and it's gonna end. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual, peaceful, everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance toward that hope, even though I don't understand, and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening. For the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going to go home. Oh? Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gym. Amazing, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. It's consistent, but I'm not gonna fall for his trap. No way, this will make me back down. I don't like this. This hallway. There is a strange feeling to it, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit their movement. Is it just me? Excuse me? What's up with all the oh, I can enter the dojo. That's weird. Is this the dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. Oh, what is this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. There's a manga with such a suspicious looking title laying out in the open like this.
Let's start with history first, class. Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first best? That depends on the person.
Just as I thought Monokuma made this, that totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. Picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history. It is narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation of future. Many of its blah-bly blah-bly blah blah. Blah-bly blue-bly blee-bly blah-bly blue blah-bly. Hope's, oh wait, this is different. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. This persists. The Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research talent, so they decided to implement a new system, the Reserve Department. Unlike the main department, who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research for talent. Create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish. A true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly cancelled in the middle of its run. Plus these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak. These names are so melodramatic. There's no way these incidents really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no, it would just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, learn something. The Reserve Department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those reserve course students, right?
But hold on. That's weird.
Oh, you're here again.
The thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh? Hey, why did you forget that you were part of the Reserve Department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that.
What do you want me to say?
By the way, based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those reserve course students. Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. Huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget about everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though.
You saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on.
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of reserve course student. Damn it, what the hell?
Reserve Department. Is it gonna take me to the 4th floor now? No. Oh wait, this classroom 5A is open now. Why does it say a violin? Why isn't there any writing on the blackboard? Usually there's writing, right? And since we're walking around, we should probably check on the pad. What the hell is this? This is another manga that's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons Tragedy. Again, tragedy mentioned the other manga too. Is it that's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt. It's the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? Excuse me, I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. Certain heroes, his name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. Key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents, wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind. The Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy Student Council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and conceal the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of reserve corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated, and the uprising began, and that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. We're excited. Danganronpa 0. Then Abisai closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy.
What irony for a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. Oh, ho, 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 ho. You should be lucky that you're incompetent.
Damn it, he always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But ultimate hope? Nakito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different. What Nakito said was the true meaning of hope, but for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. He actually given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here, it said the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. What about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. We've learned about the tragedy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? Who's this other student that isn't Izuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage? Who is that? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. So that hasn't opened up. As perhaps... Okay, that hasn't opened up. The classroom where the tragedy happened hasn't opened up. The biolab has. Keep an eye on the pet. Well, the lights are off. What the hell is with this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already.
I've been found.
Interesting. I've seen these in movies before. It's a refrigerator for preserving dead bodies. At least that's what it looks like, but that's not possible, right? Keeping dead bodies in a high school biolab isn't something you should joke about. It just feels so forced. The idea should have been canceled during development or something. Huh? What am I thinking? Looks like a plastic tarp. Why is this left out like this? Clean up after yourselves, will you? There's another manga just laying around here. This time the title is Manga for Morons, the biggest, most awful. Yeah, another one. I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in history. Now, just what was that incident really all about? Might turn out to be something lame. Look through the pages of the manga and hope that I was right. Story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. First, the uprising by the reserve corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in, but the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear. As if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, where senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point that people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etats began occurring around the world, where a war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain, just war. Pure war. Because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement start by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. With this, they created the tragedy. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as the ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. I was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them?
No.
Hey, are you seriously yelling at the manga? How crazy are you?
Would enjoy reading something like this.
Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy.
Enough. What is this messed up manga?
Ooh, I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair, that's the Future Foundation's fault though, thanks to them stealing your school's memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains.
This incident really happened and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real. Please understand, I'm rooting for you. You don't learn about the full extent of the outside world. You guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world.
See, so that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning.
Well, as a headmaster, I'm conflicted.
He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world, so we'll want to stay on the silent, but there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope, just like now. Perhaps. No, that's definitely it. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction, they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. If they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, they are actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they're called Ultimates. Then the killings were involved in, connected to them as well? It's no use, I'm gonna freeze to death. I'm at my limit, I need to get out here. Shivering ran out of the freezing room. Okay, that was close to nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? Why is the classroom with the tragedy blocked off? Well, 5B is open now. Now it says despair instead of a violin. No, I should ignore it. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see it.
Jeez.
I went inside that room, that bastard bear was something. He keeps glancing at me. Wonder why? And it's gonna be shitty anyway,
Damn
so I'll let
right.
you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that either.
I don't want to do that either. Ugh. Fine. Checking for hidden markers. There's a thing here.
Why, hello, Hajime. Hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right?
What are you doing?
No.
Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? Should've done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place. High school student doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler doesn't like eating hot pots. I'm really getting fed up with your babbling. Hurry up, what did you need from me? It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. Surprise, it's about Ultimate Despair. Even though the term Ultimate Despair refers to a group these days, it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. High school girl. Lady Junko Enoshima. Junko Enoshima. As the former Ultimate Despair, she created despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the Ultimate Despairs. It was one really horrible person that Hold on a sec. I don't know what the Ultimate Space are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl. Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it. That holds true for Lady Junko with her charismatic ability to attract people. She even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat. Then what was their purpose? What? Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do that. What they did without any purpose? It was Junko Inishima's despair. For Junko Inishima, despair isn't about purpose. It's a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Inishima as Junko Inishima. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plush. See, Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Inishima is so full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving. For her, everything is despair. The hell? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. So the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Inishima. Like believers making offerings to their god, like a mother providing food to her children, they dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Inishima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. Always something that crazy spelled. Do you know about the final days of the reserve corps students during the tragedy at Speak Academy?
In other words,
Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department? They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so, the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide. Mass suicide?
What'd you say?
All 2,357 students? Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person was excluded, huh? Is that me? I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko Inishima. It doesn't scare me at all. I mean, Junko Inishima's already dead, huh? How does he know that Junko's dead? What does that mean? What does Fuyuhiko know about that? Fuyuhiko, was it true what you said? Junko Ishima's really dead? What? You didn't see? There was a book called Manga for Morons Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. Bloody classroom? No, wait. What was that you said about killing school life? Like the killings we were involved in, they were killings that happened at Hope Speak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her. Yeah, that's what it was. The killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey,
For a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and thumb gags, putting that the master behind the failed killing school life was Junko Inishima. Mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Inishima's dead.
like,
Turns out that killing school life was part of the biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope Speak Academy and forced them to kill each other. She took away their memories. That's just like us. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. Shh, there's a limit to being a cruel asshole. Surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing. Students of Hope Speak Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko Inishima failed. Junko lost the student she placed in a trap, and after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Then Junko is no more. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokoma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko Inishima isn't alive anymore. Then who's our enemy? Junko Inishima's already dead. Are the rest of the ultimate despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings were involved and resemble that killing school life. Well, I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that, an imitation. The students from Hope Speak Academy stopped the real deal. There's no way we'll lose to some fake. But if this is really an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? Cameras all over Jabberwock Island? Are they broadcasting to somewhere just like the surveillance cameras during the killing school life? Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What? Do you have a problem with that? Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to try it. Oh well, I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that? One step at a time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route. You're not making sense again. Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including the information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy.
In a bloody classroom. Okay, so that's what he found. Huh? It changed to a different hallway again. It's so sudden. What's going on to make something like this happen? No, I've already decided I'm not gonna be surprised. That's right. There's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. Okay, so the blocked off rooms are rooms that other characters are investigating. That's twitching her nose like a beast in the same your surroundings. Hey, what happened?
Based on my
Well,
gut
you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. Huh? What do you mean, who?
So-
I don't know, it's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut.
Still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. Monokuma did say something about the main cast being surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Alright, headmaster's office is blocked off. So, music hall and data centers are blocked off. Both of the classrooms are blocked off, so it's music hall and headmaster's. Or was it offices? I couldn't tell. What the heck is that? This looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. Looks like some sort of monument? Why would there be a monument in the music room? Not just that, the mark engraved into the monument is a symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Well, that symbol is a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope Speak Academy were among many who established the Future Foundation. Huh? Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope Speak Academy. Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up. What is this? Words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? Little letters are forming a sentence. Looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope Speak Academy. Upon a further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors? Maybe wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope Speak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by Hope Interfair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. I don't believe the group could go that far without Juko Nishino rallying them. The worst case scenario is prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they are survivors of Hope Speak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable. We're still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Chapawak Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hope Speak Academy. 15 students, is that about us? Excluding Jackie, who was part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true. The world isn't normal anymore. Maybe I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. Guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed the Future Foundation is on our side at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hope Speak Academy. They took us in to protect us, but if that's true, Jackie should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, his true identity must be the ultimate displayers who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko and Ishima are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in email? What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. No, wait, that's the research facility. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow there are still so many mysteries. Yeah, the office, and this is the last one, so at least on this floor it looked like. This feels different from the classroom.
Maybe.
Probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it. The office, I don't know, you mentioned it, doesn't it?
Well.
More importantly, if you see Miss Sonia, I don't see her anyway. So is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up. The letters floating in the air like the music room for earlier. Looks like a message from an email someone wrote. Maybe it's the same one from earlier. I guess I should read it. You understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best to continue investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko and Ishima, the fact remains they are incredibly dangerous. Even after death, the tragedy has not ended. Perhaps they're still a leader on par with Junko and Ishima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of the shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is in order to kill them? It doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess it's understandable. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds. It's pretty much all I want. The remnants of despair are the ones waging that war. There's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Why are the flowers? Flowers on top of the desk, plus they look strange to me. My eyes just they look There's something written on the blackboard. What's written here? List of subjects is written on the blackboard in large letters just below that. Our names they've seen before. It's all of our names. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko Sayonji is written there. There's this newspaper. What is this? It says Miss Hiyoko Sayonji. This can't be the same Hiyoko, right? I mean, the Hiyoko we knew. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. The photo in this newspaper. In a way I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure, it's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean? This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hiyoko Sayonji here. Then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name. An older sister with the same first and last name.
I mean...
That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hiyoko, but did you ever hear her mention an older sister? Well, it's not like I was that close to her. She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Sayonji family's only daughter. She doesn't have a sister being a relative? No, there's still too much of a resemblance.
What are you?
That's Hiyoko. Huh? What are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt? What are you saying? She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt.
Today,
Well, regardless,
I'm
all the clues I
feeling
provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
What the heck? Is this the truth? This is the truth in the Hiyoko in this newspaper. Is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey,
Could it be related to that list of subjects over there? Huh?
this is
If it says
bad.
subjects, maybe it means there's some kind of experiment, right? Did that experiment change Hiyoko's body? If it's a simulation, what if it started with people... It started with them before their memories were erased. And Hiyoko hit a growth spurt while she was at Hope's Peak. What am I saying? Just saying it out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? It's some kind of experiment. It would mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard on that list of subjects, but what kind of experiment
What's
was
going
it?
on?
Yeah, what's going on? It better not have anything to do with time travel. Is that it? Oh, there's this. We've seen this dude's portrait everywhere in the funhouse. Extremely overwhelming portrait singing along with the same performance he mentioned in the conferences. Hope's Peak Academy founder is Zuru Kamakuru. Founder of Hope's Peak Academy is his name. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Damn it, another mystery. Okay, with this, you totally raised all the flags in this book. Congratulations, Hajime. You should now go on to the next stage. Next stage? 3rd floor. Which was the physics in the... Damn it, not again. Hallway is different than last time. I guess when that flag Monokuma mentioned its face, I moved to a different hallway than last. But how can you do that? No, now's not the time to be confused about them. Thinking about that is just gonna waste my energy. Things are, definitely not good. Okay, the physics lab is blocked off. The art room's blocked off. I don't like how distorted it's getting. Rec room isn't. What about the classrooms? Classrooms are. What the? Wait. Why are these actual windows and not bolted up? That's definitely weird. It's definitely the rec room. It's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. So I think about a room like this actually exists inside the school. Is everything floating? File with Hope's Peak Academy seal on it. It says confidential. This means it's a big secret. Why would an important document be here? Why am I even asking a question like that? Obviously, Monokuma's responsible. I need to confirm it's inside the file. About the Hope Cultivation Plan. For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true hope. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word True Hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hope's Peak Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but something about these words. True Hope, huh? Oh, there's the hologram. I didn't see that. It's hologram again. What's this one say? Looks like another email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we are unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they are the same age as the others, so we have decided to trust them to the survivors of the killing school. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We will continue with this investigation. Once they are discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Remnants of despair. Academy's survivors have been updated in your handbook. Check the truth bullets section to review. It says here they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? Then why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on this island? Well, I guess it's not possible. The Future Foundation set this all up.
What's this?
My, Hajime, if you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse. It's your fault. What is this hologram thing anyway?
Hey,
it's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them. You could even do that. Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents.
No,
well, who cares
no.
about me anyway? That's not important at all. Anyway, that's not important. History identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. What if it's Nagito? Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. I'm pretty much used to it by now. So, what is this space? Am I dreaming of something? This is just totally disconnected from reality. Man, the second floor was one of my favorites. Okay, well, that would be bathrooms.
It smells.
It's close. It's very close. Someone is coming. Khan's twitching her nose and examining her surroundings.
Based on my
They're
gut
definitely
feeling.
ruthless. That's what my gut is telling me. Then so this with you gut. Is it an enemy or an ally? Let's see. My gut feeling is they're both.
Yo.
He's right. They're both. Both? What do you mean?
You.
I don't know any details. Just my gut after all. Well, that's true, I guess. It's another Slickemi. Alright, the library, I guess. The archives is blackened out. This must be a library. Monica probably left something here too. I should hurry up and find it. Hologram. This hologram again. It must be another one of the Futures Foundation's emails. I should read it. There's no doubt that it's another clue. Wait, I just realized. The soundtrack's 8-bit. That's what it is. Future Foundation, 14th Division, Makoto Naegi. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand why you're protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right? The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy. You survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. What does this mean? This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi, but he's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation? Or did the Future Foundation betray him? Excuse me? Wait, why is it the laundry room? Huh? Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room. There's no use worrying about it, but I was in a school and now I'm in a laundry room. This looks like a tablet computer. Looks like the power's on too. Is this the next clue? I picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it. Neo World Program. This word, Neo World, I seem to recall it, hearing it and seeing it a few times already. The Neo World Program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. The Neo World Program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. To develop the Neo World Program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist. Isn't Chihiro dead? The Ultimate Therapists were among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World Program allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world. Additionally, the Neo World Program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. Wait. What if Remnants of Despair are this class, and they were put into this in order to undo being the Despair, and then something went wonky. Probably, if I were to guess, no, I don't know who, but then as they remembered, first they blocked being the Remnants of Despair, and then they started remembering. So Makun remembered Nagito, because Nagito had Junko's arm, right? Yeah. So this is all to rid them of that. Slowly everything around me turned black. Synthetic virtual world program. A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt till now, it's all disappearing until all I feel is despair. I screamed loudly as if it was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I'm starting to accept that there's no way something as crazy as this actually exists.
Nice!
You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character route. Now then, despair is waiting for you. Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. Made up. Including me, too?
Hiya!
How are you doing? Did you enjoy the killing school trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. You guys are the only ones watching this who can save them. The end of this world is nigh. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it heart-throbbing? Look forward to it. So wait, the first arrived here, I walked down the hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. I don't really see a resemblance, but... Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Something's happening to the program. That's what I have to infer, right? Check the pet. Pet's doing alright.
Well?
Familiar with the placebo effect and the nocebo effect? Placebo effect is when your health improves after taking a fake medicine you believe is real. And nocebo effect is the exact opposite, which means as long as the human brain controls all other bodily functions, if the brain believes something is real, it will become real. Why would you bring that up all of a sudden? Huh? I'm not sure. I do not fully understand. What the heck? Oh, when you discover that the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear. Big object. Is this floating? That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating, but what in the world is it? The moment I looked at that object. Fujisaki Chihiro. Welcome. Oh wait, the Chihiro voice. Welcome to the Neo World Program. A person? A floating person is talking to me. Who is it? No. Is this even a person in the first place? I'm not quite a person. I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. That is the name my master gave me when he created me. You can talk, but what are you? Alter Ego, artificial intelligence program. I am the master program behind the Neo World Program. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one that you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has affected everything I'm supposed to be managing, and because of that, this world I'm managing is acting very peculiar. Hold on, my brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. Damn it, it's that feeling from earlier, this floating feeling, like my feet are hovering above the floor. It's like I can't feel my feet or the ground, like I can't even believe my own existence. Hey, you should know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is the Neo World Program? The Neo World Program has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, only the data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island where this research facility is located. That is why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I'm to answer your question, where is this place, the answer would be mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For instance, the school you're in, it appears this space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry, I don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Neo World Program. Most of its words, I understood what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There's no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. Make much more sense of this word. It's a fictional world. Wait, you're saying this world is a fictional world? I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality, all the mysteries, all the truths, they're all just fiction. Is that... Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? Hey, can you tell me what was the Neo World Program used for in the first place? The Neo World Program serves only one purpose. It is used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you could say it's a program for creating hope. Program for creating hope, but the fact that we're here and the fact that we don't have our memories, it's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step toward replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World Program. With the installed memory control unit, it is possible to remove any time period you set it to. From there, you upload the memories obtained in the virtual world. Removing memories of any time period you set it to. So Monokuma was right. We did lose our school memories, but why? Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right? That is a mystery to me too. Booting the program on the survivors of Hope's Peak Academy while it's still in its experimental stage. I'm sure there was a very good reason, but unfortunately I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry. You saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us, but they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? I'm sorry, I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable. It says not female there. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. All these new words make my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus? Well, for this session, the Neo World Program was programmed to house 15 people along with 2 monitors. 2 monitors? Yeah, they were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. They were intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the Observer and the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all, but the Observer and the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they'd seem the same as everyone else. What kind of authority does the teacher role have? As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher's properly managing the rules they created, there's no risk of abuse. But because of the virus affecting everything, that has changed. It changed this world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The Neo World Program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world has become a world filled with violence and death. Well, what is that virus? I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole a portion of my abilities which contained my authority to build the world. It was like it was a grandmaster chess player. I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience. She's probably talking about Monokuma Rock in the funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. But Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created. I can tell that just by communicating with her. Which means the supposed virus is so smart that it surpasses this Alter Ego? If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Damn it, what the hell? an artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one that's so freaking irritating. But how did that virus infect the Neo World program? The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible it was infected through a network. Fairly certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically? Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility and directly uploaded it into the main computer where the Neo World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened. It's brought to the Future Foundation's facility, but the only person who could enter that facility is someone who is a member of the Future Foundation. Damn it, what am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I just heard is the truth? Why am I assuming that everything is a lie? Oh boy, it's true that the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it, but I'm still able to defend the essential areas, so it has a limit too. A limit? If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer, such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, you need to follow the correct procedure.
Okay, even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're gonna say something more, suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel too. The deflection based on the definition of existence that constitutes the relationship. From there, the paradigm change results by being cut off rapidly and causes a situation where your own existence is unobservable and accelerates and crosses with the joint ownership of the world and the situation from the context invites your death.
Hey? Well, that happened. What the heck? What just happened? You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, huh? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the early one? Maybe he can't hear my voice from this. I'm currently talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video feedback has been pretty distorted, but even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? Things you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch. I'm forced to watch this. I really want to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The New World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference, but alter ego created an opportunity for me to speak with you directly. This means that's working, then it means that the person I need to talk to is right there. I hope. Looks like this guy can't even hear me or see me. Just, who is this guy anyway? Is he our ally? Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say and believe you're there listening. First, I should apologize to everyone. I know apology won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. I never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the New World program. Well, that's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it's too late. But it's not just the virus either. I can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. Really, the truth, I was unsure about whether or not to run the program with you guys. This was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys. Save us? What did you want to save us from? Well, why would this save us? I've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam, right? You know, 11037? 11037, that's the old friend of Miss McKesson. The door of the ancient room was supposed to open after you all finished gathering the hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I printed the password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going wrong. That's the reason I left that 11037 password in a place where the teacher role would not be able to go. I never thought Nagito, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, also the person who set the password to that number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that with you all. I've entrusted it to your future. But that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they're going to crush you with despair and using the graduation exam is waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there, because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? So this is obviously Makoto's whole thing from Makoto was, in a worst case scenario where an observer who has the role of teacher goes rogue, prepare a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown sequence. Shutdown sequence? Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. In order to do that, I need to somehow get that number as if
Say what?
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime, what was that weirdness just now? Nothing really. I see.
Anyway.
Oh, well, anyway, that's all the hints you're gonna get. If that no good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again.
Did Monokuma not notice what just happened? It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here. Hey, about that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. I see, it'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now. You guys have a weapon, a very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus's invasion with all my might so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you. Do your best. Do our best. I don't know. What do we have to do our best at? Mystery's getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. But what are we supposed to do when the truth is really a lie? We know we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear. But still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? Isn't it the same for the killings too? Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't all that be meaningless too? When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do?
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
It's time for the long-awaited graduation exam. Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hope's Peak Academy.
See you soon.
Red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what this all means right now. For now, I need to finish this. I need to focus on that. Alright, we're gonna call this episode here, and we're gonna play through the last chapter in the next episode, the last trial in the next episode. See ya.